Welcome to another episode of Terry's Notes, and today I'm going to be looking at the May 2016 paper, question 1. So, this first question here, we have a fraction calculation to work out, and it said using a calculator or otherwise. The first thing we need to do is to work out the top part of the calculation, which is the numerator. So we have 3 3/8 minus 2 1/4, right? And that will give us, one second. Okay, so that is 3 3/8. Now I'm using the fraction function in this calculator here. Minus 2 1/4. And that gives me 1 1/8 divided by 1 1/2. So divided by 1 1/2, and that gives me 3/4. Right? So whenever you have to work out fractions, especially one like this, you work out the numerator first, right? So we take the 3 3/8 minus 2 1/4. And that gives us 1 1/8, and then we divide it by 1 1/2. All right. And this next part here, we have a decimal calculation to work out. First thing we need to do is to work out the brackets first. So this will be 2.86 plus 0.75. And that will give us 3.61. So this is 3.61 plus 0.481 squared. So 0.481 squared. And that gives us 0.231. And when we add this, we're going to get, so this is 3.61 plus 0.231, and that gives us 3.841. However, the question asks to give our answer to 2 decimal places, right? If we have to give this answer to 2 decimal places, it will be 3.84. Okay. Now let's look at part B. So Paul bought and sold a computer, and he wrote his business activities as follows. So the cost price of the computer, so this is how much he paid for the computer. He paid $1,064. The mark price of the computer, so this is what he intends to sell it for, right? So this is what he paid, and this is what he is selling it for, right? And they told us that the discount on the marked price is 5% if it is paid for in cash. So what they are saying is that if somebody comes to buy the computer and they pay $1,399, they will get a 5% discount. So the first part, calculate the selling price if the person paid in cash, right? So what we need to do, we need to work out the discount. So the discount will be equal to 5% multiplied by $1,399. Right? 5% is 0.05 multiplied by 13.99, and that will give us 0.05 multiplied by 1399. So the discount is actually $69.95. Right? But the question asks us for the selling price. So the selling price will be $13.99 minus $69.95, because $69.95 represents the discount. So it'll be $13.99 minus $69.95. So therefore the actual selling price will be $1,399. $329.05. Alright, so the first thing we had to do was to work out the discount, and then we take the discount and we minus it from the mark price. Okay, and then the part 2, they said what is the profit or loss as a percentage of the cost price. Alright, so they want the profit or the loss as a percentage of cost price. Now let's go back here. He paid $10.64 for the computer, so let me write that here. So cost price is equal to $10.65. Sorry, $10.64. Yeah. $10.64, right? And the selling price alright, now since we are specifically talking about the instance here where somebody bought it for cash, the price that we're going to use as the selling price is $13.29.05. So this will be $13.29.05. Alright, so if you notice, the cost price was $10.64 and the selling price was $13.29.05. So therefore he made a profit, right? Paul made a profit. So the profit, right? So the profit will be equal to $13.29.05 minus $10.64. Right, and that will give us minus $10.64, and that will give us $2.65. So this will be $2.65.05. So that is the profit, right? But I want the profit as a percentage of the cost price. So the percentage profit will be equal to the actual profit, which is $265.05 divided by our cost price, which is $10.64, multiplied by 100. Alright, and that will give us, divided by $10.64 multiplied by 100, and that gives us a profit of about 24.9%. Okay, let's work the last part. This seems to be a popular question that CXC likes to bring now. We have orange juice being sold in cartons of 3 different sizes. Right? So we have the 350 milliliters, the 450 milliliters, and the 500 milliliters. And they gave us the selling price of each of them. And they want to know which size of orange juice is the most cost-effective buy. Whenever you have a question like this, what you need to do is to find the price per milliliter. Okay? So let's deal with the 350. So 350 milliliter costs has a selling price of $4.20. Right? Therefore, 1 milliliter will cost $4.20 divided by 350, and that will give me, so that's 420 divided by 350, and that will give me 0.012. Right? In the case of the 450, alright, so in case of the 450, we can, hold on one sec. Alright, so the first one was 4.2 divided by 350. Alright, and we got 0.012. For the 450, it'll be 535 over 450. So 535 divided by 450, we get 0.0119. In the case of the 500 mil, it will be 580 over 500, which gives me 580 divided by 500, and that is 5.8. I'll give me 0.0116. Right. Right. So what we just worked out there would have been the price per liter. Right. So therefore, the one that is the most expensive will be this guy here. Is the most expensive. Right. So which one is the most cost-effective buy? It will have to be this guy here, the 500 mil. So the answer is really the one for 500 mil. Now another way you could have worked out this question is work out the amount of liters you get per dollar. So you do the calculation reverse then. So you can either do 350 over 420, right? And this will give us the amount of milliliters per dollar. Right, so let me just write it here. 450 over 535 or 500 over 580. Let's work this out as well. So 350 divided by 420 is 83.3 milliliter, or we can say 450 divided by 5.35. That gives us 84.1 milliliter. And the last one is 500 divided by 5.8, which will give us 86.2. Right? Now, all of these represent the amount per dollar. Right? So, if we are paying $1, the one that will give us the most value for money is obviously the 500 mil, because we are getting 86.2 milliliters. Okay?